beautiful, amazing you, amazing me. Here I am again with you, sharing this evening, Friday evening, from Southern Orange County, California. Enjoying this weather that it's kind of hot today, and actually I do prefer the heat and the cold, but it depends. It's getting a little too hot, but it's okay. Let's celebrate life, and let's breathe for a moment. Breathe deep in all your being. Breathe in love, breathe in peace, breathe in joy, and exhale your day. Breathe in again, and another inhale, and one more, filling up all your tummy and your chest, expanding all your being. And exhale all your day. Whatever has happened during your day is done, is completed at this moment, and at this time, this precise moment is a new beginning. Well, I am here today again. First of all, I want to thank all of you that has contacted me, sharing with me about your experiences with depression, about your own depression, and about your loved ones. And it has helped me a lot to understand more where we are, what we experience. And some of you have shared some tips too, what you guys do to feel better. I will invite you to do the same here in this platform, to send comments on what you do when you feel down or when you start feeling down. Today I want to share with you what has helped me to deal with the depression, to heal the depression. First of all, number one that is so important is deep breath. Breathing deep is one of the best medicines that you can have anytime, anywhere, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. And it's so simple, and sometimes the simplest things are the most difficult for us to accept, to use, because we are such a society that consumerism. We consume, we have to buy, we have to have this supplement, this other supplement, or buy this new gadget that is going to help me to feel better. But really, just practicing deep breath is the best you can do for your health. Overall, for everything, it's the best medicine. For physical ailments, for mental stress, for everything. For aches and pains, just breathing into the area that you are in pain, that helps to release and relax the muscle. So I highly recommend you to practice deep breath. Is your is the best. The other thing that really helps me is to, when I start feeling that I'm going down the hill and start feeling the symptoms of depression, of and depression really is lack of energy, that our energy gets down, it gets depleted. Uh, and being curious is going to help you to identify the triggers, the situations, what affects you. For me, and what I hear from others, is not giving time to ourselves, denying ourselves what we most enjoy. So, what do you enjoy doing in life? What makes you or gets you to that state of relaxation? For me, it's nature. For me, it's like going hiking, being in nature, feeds me, nurtures me. So if I don't go out in nature regularly, I'm denying myself. I'm denying that medicine to myself. And I feel it. I feel depleted. So identify what causes you uh, that lack of energy. Also, not completed some of projects that you have, or ignoring them, something that you really have passion for and you really want to get to do, but you are not doing it. So pay attention to that. If you are in that, if you have a project and you just keep putting it aside and looking at it, but it's like, yes, I want to do it, but I'm so afraid to do it. Take a tiny step to do it. Take a tiny step into action, and that is going to build up your confidence, your stamina, and it's going to make you feel good. So identify, get curious, what is depleting you, what you are denying yourself, to yourself. That's number one for me. Number two, deep breath, practicing deep breathing, and I'm going to repeat the deep breath often because it's so important. That also identifying your eating habits, nutrition, what you're putting in your system, in your body. Many times we are consuming too many high quantities of acidic foods. Acidic foods are gluten, sugar, alcohol, caffeine, that affects our nervous system. And when we have a lot of acidity in our body, it also cuts off the oxygen in our brains. So eat more alkaline food, more live food. For me, it helps me to have a glass of water with chlorophyll in the mornings. The chlorophyll is going to produce more oxygen in your brain, as along with the breathing. So I recommend you to have some chlorophyll, or uh, warm water with lemon in the mornings. That also brings your acid levels in your body into balance, and that oxygenates your body. And electrolytes, please take electrolytes. That also help to hydrate your body. Hydration is very important. Uh, Avoiding all acidic foods is important, uh, but also not denying ourselves. I love chocolate. I love coffee. Lately, I'm not drinking coffee, so it's kind of um, 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 yeah. It's hard for me not to drink coffee, but I tell myself this is good for you right now. So changing my attitude also helps. Changing the attitude. Okay, I can have coffee right now because I'm being good to myself, good to my body, and maybe later I can go back and have a little bit of coffee. But for now, be good to myself. And so I'm making a really yummy tea in the mornings that satisfy my craving for coffee. So find what gives you some joy to substitute what you cannot have. I have a sweet tooth, so but right now it's like I'm avoiding the sugar. So what I do is I have my little pieces during the day of certain fruits, especially berries that are low in sugar, and that gives me some satisfaction and makes me happy. So find what, identify what affects your body uh, and brings you down, and what brings it up. So to have a balance. Uh, and then the other thing is exercise. It's so important to exercise. Why is so important? Because it brings oxygenates your body, builds up muscle, and makes you feel good, but also brings your levels of endorphins and serotonin up in your brain, and the happy hormones. So I highly recommend you to exercise. Even if you are, I hear a lot sometimes it's like, but I don't have time. Yes, you can find a little bit of time, at least just to do some stretching. There are times that, like now, the weather is too hot here, or when it's too cold and I don't want to go out. I just run here in my house from one end to the other, and I skip and I jump, and that's my exercise for the moment. Especially when I have a very busy days, I make the time to do that, and to dance. I play music and I dance. So whatever works for you, you need to identify what works for you and makes you happy, and practice them. So please, please, please take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and try to avoid situations that causes you stress. Sometimes we cannot avoid them, and in those situations it's better to change our mentality, our attitude. I don't have one now to deal with, but when I do it, I have a stressful situation or have to deal with a certain person, I just start talking to myself like, you can do it, Socorro. You can deal with this. I also like to use essential oils. Those help me a lot. And at that moment, to reduce the stress, and and self-talk. I talk myself into this situation, and I pray a lot. Many times when I really don't know what to do, I just say, "Okay, Holy Spirit, just I'm just going to open my mouth, and you are the one who is going to talk to me." Because at this moment, I have no idea how to handle this situation. You are in charge. Getting out of the way so Spirit can work through you is the easiest way to deal with a stressful situation. I highly recommend it. So, exercise, uh, deep breath, drink plenty of water. Electrolytes are important. Um, Diet, watch what you eat, but also watch what you eat mentally, what you're telling yourself. A lot of the times we put ourselves down, and that causes acidity in the body. And again, the acidity is what causes the chemical imbalance in our brain. I do agree with the medical community that depression is a chemical imbalance in the body. But what causes the chemical imbalance in our body is the acidity that we put in our bodies by the way what we think and what we eat and what don't we do for ourselves. All the emotions that we don't process, that we don't heal, are going to cause that chemical imbalance in our brain. So address those emotions. Don't ignore them. Don't avoid them. Talk about it, write about it. Also, therapy helps. Find a good therapist so you can talk about it and you can be guided how to deal with these situations, how to heal your emotions. It can be a spiritual counselor, it can be a psychologist. You need to find what works for you, and when you do that, when you research and look what works for you, empowers you. And researching also for me helps me because that educates me. I'm very curious about how the brain works, about how the mind works, and I believe that that's what has saved me whenever I go into those states of depression, or used to, because now I can say that when it happens, it's very mild and it doesn't last. But also I identify the feeling when I start coming. That's when I start taking action of, okay, what I'm not doing, what I'm denying myself. And so I adjust and I make those changes in time so I don't get all the way down into the hole. So that happens now to me. The other thing that I really like to do that brings me joy is I buy myself flowers and plants. I don't have a green thumb. Plants don't last me, but who cares? They are going to last me as long as they're going to last me, and they are going to give me the joy as long as they are alive. And if they die, they die. I don't have an attachment to that anymore. But I fill my house with plants and flowers, and that brings me joy. So please find anything that will help you in those moments, and use them. And if you get into the hole, and you are deep in the hole, the best thing you can do is deep breathing. Practice it, just be there, practicing with your, and the deep breathing with your emotions, processing them, releasing them, and reach out. It's very important to reach out. Ask for help, please, because you cannot do this on your own. Seek help. Even call a good friend, a friend that is going to be there to support you. Sometimes I just call somebody to tell or ask, can you just breathe with me? Can you just be here with me? I need your I need your presence. That's all. So ask for what you need at that moment. That is going to help you to come out of the hole. But please, please, don't deny yourself. Don't belittle yourself, especially in those moments. Just accept what is happening at this moment. Pray. If you can pray, if you can get on your knees, for me getting on my knees and being grateful helps me a lot. Even grateful for the moment that I'm living, for that dark density that I am in that moment. And the other thing that it helps me a lot is to think of this, that the lotus flower, you know, the lotus flower is such a beautiful flower. And where does it grow? What does it feed from? It's from the murkiness is of the water, is the forgot the name of the where they grow, but it is putrefaction that is beneath them. That's what feeds them. So I always put myself in that state, like I am this lotus flower, and I am this beautiful being. And I thank you, God, for this, for feeding me what I need right now. Might not make sense what I'm saying to you right now, but it helps me to think that I'm going to come out of this. And even though my roots are here now, down here, but my spirit, my soul is this light, is this beautiful flower. And that vision helps me to stay up, not going deeper into the hole. So whatever works for you, use it. I have different practices that I write, and whenever I go into that state, I use them. But thank God, it hasn't happened for a long, long time. So I want to give you this hope that it is possible to heal and to be whole, and that, you know, might be this condition that is going to be there. And that's another thing that helps me, is the acceptance that maybe it's going to be here with me the rest of my life, but I know how to deal with it. I know how to manage, and I know how to live. I can live, and I can be in gratitude for what is happening right now. And it's going to fortify me, and it's going to evolve me, it's going to transform me. And that's what helps me a lot to come out of the density. So please share with me what you do when you are in that state of depression. Share because I can share with everybody else. if you give me your comments, everybody else is going to read them. So thank you, Kelowna, Marina, and Holly for being here with me. And Laura, I love you. And thank you so much for being here at this moment with me. And please, if you know anybody who is going through depression, suffering from it, or loved ones that need help, reach out. I'm here to help, to serve with my gifts of healing. I offer sessions online and sessions in my home. So reach out, and I'm here for you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, amazing weekend, and I will see you soon. A big hug and a kiss full of love. Bye.